What's up, Raiders? Bionic here. We're back in Raid Shadow Legends on the test server for the Tag Team Arena. I feel there's a couple more things I want to cover before this goes live. Okay, so just a quick reminder, you can buy more tokens. You see right here, I have a bunch, right? That's because I bought the maximum amount for the day. Sorry, not the maximum amount, but I reach the maximum price that you would pay for them. So it starts off at 15 gems, as you see right here. If I buy one, then it says you can buy up to 8 times, or it's going to increase in price by up to 8 times, all the way up to 100. So jumping from 15 to 40, then 50, 60, 70, 80, all the way up to 100. But you can buy an unlimited amount. Okay, so this is really important. Now let's go into the Tag Team Arena itself. I want to cover a little bit more in depth how the ranking is going to work. See at the top here, it says, I'm sorry, I'm on my phone, so I'm pointing with my finger, but I'll try to make it as obvious as possible. But ranking period ends in 4 hours and 27 minutes. That means it's 2 a.m. for me. And what this means is that during this ranking, you are either going to go up, stay in the same tier, or go down. Okay, so the red, you'd be going down a tier, the yellow one, you'd be staying in the same one, and then the green one, you are going up a tier. Okay, so from what I understand, this happens at the end of the day, and at the end of the week is basically when it's going to track your performance to give you access to the bazaar, perhaps, because at the top here it's saying in Tag Team Arena, tier placement happens every Monday at 6 UTC. Okay, so not quite sure exactly how this is going to work, but basically from what I understand, every time it is refreshed, you start with 1,000 points within that tier. So what I'm wondering is if tomorrow morning when I log on, will I be now in like bronze 2? Because right now I'm in bronze 1, just shy of perhaps hitting bronze 2. So I'm also not sure if I can get to bronze 2 by just winning enough battles. Okay, so still a little bit more to figure out, but what this is going to do for you guys is affect your strategy. What do I mean by this? Is let's say you're trying to reach a higher tier, or you want to be in that green portion of your tier, then you're perhaps going to pick some battles that you are relatively sure to win. Here's an example. We'll go into my recent attacks. As you can see, I'm picking some very easy battles. I'm guaranteed to win, but I'm only getting 2 points plus 2 points for the first one, for a total of 6 points. Not going really far with this, right? But if you have a lot of tokens, then you might want to just inch your way up. If you don't have a lot of tokens, then you might take a little bit more risk, and let's say go for a player like this one, 4 plus 4 plus 4 for a total of 12 points. But this is risky. Why? Because if I lose any of these battles, I'm actually going to be in the negative. So here's the interesting part for you guys. Here are some numbers so that you can better choose your opponents. On a 4 plus 4 plus 4, if I were to lose one on this one right here, I would lose 16 points. So I'd be in the negative of 8 points, right? Even at a 5 points opponent, if I even lose one, I'm still at a negative of 5 points. Okay, even at a 6, I'm still at a negative of 2 points. So the break point seems to be roughly 7 right here. Okay, the second bottom player from the top, sorry. So that would be a total of +1. So if you're willing to risk it and you want to hit big, you may want to aim for players that have at least 7 points, all right? And then you kind of like play around with your teams until you feel you have a good chance at killing at least 2 of his teams, ideally all 3 of them. So for me, right now, I feel like it doesn't really matter. I am really just trying to play around with basically my teams, okay? But do not overlook your teams. Don't go for just one really strong team, because it's going to happen on the defense as well, right? So players are going to be targeting you. You might get 2 wins, but as soon as you lose one right here, same thing happens. The second one from the top, losing a total of 5 points again. Okay, so it is really important that you have a very strong defense, but on the defense you will be at the mercy of the AI, and the opponent can kind of play around with his teams to better counter yours. So there's no easy way to do this, all right? The best thing that I can suggest for now is to split up some of your best champions. So let's have a look at my teams right now a little bit and see what I mean with this. My Arbiter is my fastest champion right now. coupled with my Torment, which is my fastest CC champion. Okay, so this is really important. This is kind of the combo here. And then I have my damage dealers, Zargala in an immunity set, and then I have my Rotos, which is in a Relentless, and he's kind of just there to clean up, right? I'm not running a shield here, which is a little bit risky for the Rotos. I typically like to have a shield champion to protect my Rotos, but I just couldn't handle it. On the second one, let me do it this way. I have my Rosin and my Mausoleum Mage. That's my combo. Why? Because I'm boosting the resistance of my Mausoleum Mage so that he can withstand pretty much any debuff. And then he's able to cleanse those debuffs, also able to give me an increased defense. And as you can see, I'm running all defense champions, okay? As well as a somewhat decent amount of debuffs to work my Solus, which is my damage dealer in this case. My Seal of the Drakes right now is in a shield set. I want her to give me a little bit more survivability as well as giving me a heal every turn and a res. So overall, this is like the tanky team kind of just trying to take the first few hits. It's still risky, right? Because a really good nuker build will take me out in a second. And then the third one, of course, is kind of like the, you know, not so good team because I don't have a better speed lead than Haikatoon right now, okay? So working with a Ghostborn to then give me the increased attack, decreased defense. This is my best shielder, which is Harvest Jack, also my CC champion, and finally my nuker, which is Foley. Now, Harvest Jack and Foley are typically on my main team, but like I said, you do not want to have just one really strong team. You want to split it up as much as possible. So when we look at the total layout, this is what I have right now, using some of the best auras that I have. There's more champions that I can play with, but the problem, and that's my next point, is what this is going to do to your account. If you focus too much on these champions and you start taking apart your champions that you typically use for your dungeons, your clan boss, it's not going to work. So for instance, my Rosin is used as is, as I typically use him in the clan boss. I could also use my Bad Alcazar, right? Like he's a decent option if I would not have better, but because we're on the test server, I had the ability to max out this guy, so that's why I'm trying him for now. Scylla the Drakes, we just got, also kind of playing around with her, mainly going to be used in the arena faction wars. Don't really think any dungeons, so I can build her to be dedicated for this. Roto's kind of the same thing, not really changing him. Foley also not changing. Same thing, sorry, with the Harvest Jack, also not going to change him. Ghostborn, same thing. Like, I'm trying to ensure that these champions can be used elsewhere without having to do too many modifications on the rest of my champions. Okay, so I think that's the important part, so that you guys, when you want to start building your teams for this, keep in mind everything. The speed tuning, it still has to work for everywhere else. I know for me right now, it's still not perfect. Even after spending the 93 million silver, it's not quite there. But still, you guys, I think, will benefit from the fact that you know how to better prepare yourself, and now you know how to better choose your opponents. Okay, so that's the really important part here. And towards the end of the week, you might change your strategy. You might go for easy battles, because your easy battles will give you more gold bars, right? The higher tier you are, the more gold bars you are going to earn. Okay, this is what they say right here in the bazaar at the bottom. Players in high tag arena tiers will earn more gold bars, but they'll also have access to a wider selection of rarer items on the bazaar. So you do want to go up in rating, and you do want to get as many wins as possible, or at least 2 out of 3 wins to get those gold bars to buy that good gear off the bazaar. Okay, so there's no easy way to do it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You really have to build a solid defense, and then you have to come up with some pretty effective ways of fighting your opponents. All right, so now let's do a battle or two real quick to kind of see what it all looks like. Let's say we take this first player up here. Okay, so 4 + 4 + 4. My downside is basically -5, right? No, more than that. It's -8 if I lose even one of these battles. He structured his teams to be the strongest at the bottom. Mine is structured to be the best at the top. So I definitely need to reorganize my champions to better kind of like fight against this opponent, right? So let's say I take out this team, and then you have to try and remember. I really wish they would, sorry, so this would be this one right here. Then we had on that one, we had the Ghostborn, we had this guy, we had that guy. They should really make it so that we can just switch teams around really easily, right? Because I don't think I'm going to mix up these champions that much most of the time, because I only have 12 anyway that are geared for this. So that's the kind of like improvement that I would ask for them to do right now. Okay, so sorry, gotta get this, gotta move this. On the phone again, guys, so sorry, this is not the best quality. I don't typically do it like this. Okay, so let's give this a shot like this. I think I am better matched up to his team, and then we'll see what happens. All right. All right, here we go. Am I the fastest? I am not, so that is a problem to start with. They're all faster than me, so that's not good. And my damage dealer is down. So right then and there, I know I'm pretty much screwed. I'm probably going to get a loss out of this one, unless I can get really lucky with the CC. I did not, so yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to lose this one. Effectively, now I'm at a loss, so I'm going to go down in ranking, but I want to kind of try and salvage this and still get 2 out of 3 wins so that I at least get some gold bars, right? So that might be dangerous. Towards, like I said, towards the end of the ranking, you may want to kind of like stay away from dangerous battles and really focus on the easy ones so that you do not go down in ranking. Right now I'm pretty high, like my green bar is high, so I'm willing to take perhaps a little bit more risk. I might be able to kind of salvage this here, guys. Yeah, I think we're going to be good. Then I'll just put this on auto. And remember, when you put it on auto, when I'm going to move on to the next battle, it shouldn't be on auto. See right there? Then we're good to go. Okay, so here I'm expecting to be hit first. That's good. I'm not too worried. We do have a Rotos on the other side, so that can be dangerous. I don't have too many debuffs on me, so I'm good to go. I'm just going to buff myself up with increased defense, of course, and some increased crit rate, which is much needed on this team. Then we're going into some CC. We did not, did we? Yeah, we got 1 stun. Then we're going to go in turn meter reduction across the board plus a big hit. Remember, guys, Rosin has a good multiplier on that A3. Okay, so we lost our Seal of the Drakes. We can't res, but then I'm pretty sure this is going to be enough to take them all out. Look at those hits from that Soulless. Hits super hard. Okay, so now it's best team against best team. Buffing for speed. He is going first. I don't have a shield. Again, I said I don't like that, but look at our Torment doing all the work of that passive CC. Really, really nice. We've taken out a couple champions there, and I'm not going to turn meter increase right now. I am going to try and just turn meter reduction on this guy. That's good. Now, my Rotos does not have 100% crit rate, unfortunately, but let's try to take out this Arbiter. We're good. I like that. And then we're going to take out this guy, and this is a win across the board. Okay, so it worked out in my favor. I knew it was a little bit risky because my third team against his was not necessarily the best, but as you can see, kind of like the thinking or the strategy that I'm trying to use when I'm going to be trying to push for either ranking or for just more gold bars. Okay, so here we are, so close to the next level. I'll report in on this a little bit later, guys, and I'll let you know what happens basically when this fills up. So anyway, that's going to be it for this other quick video on sort of what I'm now understanding from the ranking and how to better choose your battles. So hopefully this is going to help you guys better prepare for the upcoming Tag Team Arena. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, I will catch you later.